Tonya Zavasta life story. I was born, oh no, I have turned 60. That is not me. I'm 43, but she has turned 60. I have turned 60. I was born with hip problem, which resulted in a chronically pronounced hip. Confronted with the need for extensive surgery so I could walk normally, I began to seek a lifestyle that could support my recovery and help me suffer less from the ravages of repeated surgery. I studied physics, engineering, and mathematics at university, undergraduate and graduate level, both in Russia and here in the United States. It takes a modicum of smarts to study these, and I did pretty well. But gradually, I found myself more and more immersed in the science of health and nutrition. Vegetarian and then vegan eating drew me in. Eventually, I became convinced my lifelong quest for health and beauty would find its success in the raw food lifestyle. And since 1997, I have been completely raw. So the ladies has switched from cooked food diet to raw food diet from 1997, and she has turned 60. Now she's 60 years old. Going raw. Going raw has helped me arrest the post-40 slide into weight gain, flab, and the various other cumulative effects of poor dietary choices. What's more, it has countered the grave consequences of surgical trauma, general anesthesia and pain, and the legacy, all the legacy of my young adult life. The raw food lifestyle, along with carrying me through personal challenges, has also brought me my health and looks to its all-time best. This lifestyle opened a new chapter in my life. My belief that the roots of underperforming in life lie in feeling and looking less than your best, as I once did. I am convinced that by eating the way nature intends, by eating only raw food, everyone can look uniquely beautiful. I founded a first raw food support group in Memphis, Tennessee in 2001. Though it didn't start out this way, writing has become a favorite pastime for me. I believe very much in using what life has given you. Consequently, in my lectures, talks, demonstrations, and writing, I mix into my main course the spices of humor, my Russian cultural background and sensibility, and my grateful perspective towards my new home, the United States. This mix includes also both scientific research with quantitative data and anecdotal evidence, plus more that with a dash of inspiration. If you see some inner strength in me, great, but it's your own inner strength plus the extraordinary benefits of raw food that will transform you. Audiences tell me my story helps and inspires, but in the end, it's not about me. It's all about you and what you can achieve. It is your story, your potential, which interests me most. In recent years, I've busied myself researching and writing about achieving superior health and beauty. I've developed a unique anti-aging routine for radical rejuvenation in health and beauty, and she called it quantum eating, the book called Quantum Eating. I've also developed a complete facial exercise routine, raw some flex. I dare say that a raw lifestyle can improve even your writing skills. It's given me enough to pen 5 books and 2 ebooks on the raw food lifestyle, all in English. And now in Russian too. My first Russian language book, Чудо сыроедения, translated and adapted version of Your Right to be Beautiful, came out in 2012. My next creation was Guide to an Ageless Face, where I outline the skin training system that I have devised. It contains every beauty technique that I now use or have successfully used. My system doesn't rely on any invasive procedures, nor does it accept short-term results. Instead, I use the skin's marvelous and innate properties of rejuvenation to get you to your goal of having an ageless face. If I were to read this, it would not have interested me. This is a lady who's interested in physical beauty, skin beauty, facial beauty. It's not something that would have concerned me much, but she has written this book called Quantum Eating that is life-changing. In this book, she's one of a few people who's actually, she's talking about not eating after 2 p.m., just doing intermittent fasting every day from 2 p.m. onwards till the evening, and then so you're pretty much fasting almost 24 hours every day. And so on that, she's a pioneer, more or less. There's no one, practically no one in the contemporary raw food culture that talks anything about the times that one should eat. So she's very consistent that the earlier you stop eating in the day, the better the results health-wise. And she's very much beauty conscious, which is okay, I guess, in this culture. Women are forced to, they're identified by their and valued for their physical beauty. So she's not without shortcomings from my feminist perspective. I'm not very much interested in physical beauty. I believe it's a byproduct. Physical beauty is a byproduct of psychological beauty as well as energetic beauty. So if the energy is beautiful, if the mind is beautiful, the body will have a beauty of that. But she's a pioneer, this lady, and I highly recommend this book, Quantum Eating. I haven't read it in full, but I'm already reading reviews and I'm loving it. So she's one person who's very much insisting that you should not be eating any food anytime in the evening time. You should not be having any dinner. So 2 meals a day, I think, and all raw for that reason. So no carbs, no dairy, obviously no meat products, no grains, and no cooked grains. So what's the problem with cooked grains? They all contain the phytic acid. With phytic acid, it creates a low-grade inflammation in the body that is chronic, and then that, after years of that chronic inflammation, it becomes cancer or heart disease. So it's actually, we haven't known that much about these things. Also nuts and lentils, or legumes, right, they call them. So those are all, they have to be soaked, they have to be sprouted and fermented for the phytic acid to leave them. So this is my short video for today. I'm probably not going to be impressed with it, but I'll see you guys later.